Hi everyone, today we have the pleasure to introduce you to one of the best countries in the world, Australia. For this, we will have three special guests who will be telling us everything about this beautiful country.
Australia is the sixth largest country in the world and has many places where you can start your adventure. Each of the Australian cities, including their towns, has a special charm and unique characteristics. Choosing the best city in Australia to live or work can be a challenge and sometimes a difficult decision.
But you may be wondering, if I go to Australia, what places should I visit? Okay, they come to the right place. In the first place, we have Melbourne. The cultural attraction of Australia that you will know in the center of Melbourne are a Botanical Garden, Linder Street Station, State Library Victoria, Strain of Remembrance Library, Art Centre Melbourne, Melbourne Art Precinct Centre, National Gallery of Victoria.
Okay, well, in the second place we have Sydney. It's one of the best tourist attractions in Australia. In the vicinity of the port, you will find the Sydney Opera House, the Darling Harbour, the Circular Quay Harbour, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, the Royal Botanic Gardens, the zoos with the Wildlife Sydney Zoos with koalas, the Tangora Port Zoo, the Cape Legrand National Park, and it has an excellent mobility by circular urban train or monorail.
There we have Perth. In this tourist place, you will appreciate a visit to the King's Park, Mount Eliza, and the famous Botanical Garden. In addition, in the suburbs, you will find beautiful beaches, perfect to lovers of water sports. You also find iconic sites like the Perth Cultural Center specializing in ballet, opera, and theatre. You can visit the following places: Western Australian Museum, Art Gallery, St. Mary's Cathedral, Salvation Army Building Facade, Central Park, Queen's Garden, Rottnest Island, and Swan River Cruise option.
These are some of the incredible places you can visit in Australia. But what about the food? Australia has a great variety of delicious and incomparable foods. For example, meat pie. Traditional Australian meat pies are the size of your hand, filled with meat sauce coated in tomato sauce. Pavlova. It is a meringue cake covered in cream and with fruits on top. They usually put strawberries and passion fruit. Tim Tam. They are a cardinal sin. Definitely. The Tim Tams are delicious chocolate cookies. Fish and chips. This dish is very popular in Anglo-Saxon countries. Here it is usually served in a bamboo basket and is a very typical Sunday meal in a coastal places. Kangaroo. Yes, all of you are very sorry. Kangaroo is eating and it's a very healthy red meat because it has very little fat. You can find kangaroo meat in steaks, sausages, or hamburgers. It's one of the typical dishes of Australia, etc.
So, well, I bet this all sounds fantastic, but why choose Australia as a travel destination? I will tell you why. First, we have the Great Barrier Reef. So, if you want snorkeling or diving in Australia, Great Barrier Reef is simply awesome. One of the reasons to travel to Australia. Second, you have Uluru, a unique rock in the world. It is a sacred place for the Australian Aborigines. It is a rock with a special magic full of stories and legends, religious ceremonies, hunting stations, and life seasons. Third, we have Australian animals. If you want to see kangaroos, wallabies, wombats, platypus, koalas, the Tasmanian devil, or saltwater crocodiles in their natural habitat, you have no choice but to travel to Australia. And finally, we have Sydney Bay. Sydney Harbour, with the Opera Building, famous Bright Botanical Garden, and Luna Park, is a postcard. Taking a photo of Sydney Harbour from one of the ferries cruising it is a luxury, definitely.
Spend a different Christmas and enjoy spectacular fireworks on New Year's Eve. The fireworks, the light of Sydney Harbour, and the night of December 31 are famous all over the world and impressive to live. Surf. If you are a surfer, you have more than a reason that we have given you in this article, and you just need to remember that Byron Bay, the northern beaches of Sydney, Bell Beach, Snapper Rock, Kira, or Margaret River, and places famous reefs in the surf in Australia. Will nature. In few places is natural and spectacular and spoiled as in Australia.
What are you waiting for to go to this amazing country full of adventure and nature?